right, thank you for tuning into another episode, rocking with you here on a Saturday on location again, but we make it work. Rain, sleet, or snow. Let's go ahead and get into it. Panthers won't rush into decision. No major decision on Carolina Panthers QBs before a second preseason game. I mean, I think from reading the few things that I've read as a transient Panthers fan in the age of Cam Newton, I still follow a couple of the beat writers. It looks like Baker Mayfield has been the better player. He's been the better player throughout his career. He's had the highest upside. He was drafted the highest. I think that is dumb to do it this way. He's obviously the better player. He's the better prospect. You traded for him to have this shamrockery of an open competition because of some football idioms that hey, everything has to be competition and we compete and we fight. It's just dumb. I mean, he's behind the eight ball with the playbook. You need reps with your receivers. Splitting reps takes time away from him that he could be using to gel with his receivers and learn the playbook. I just think that this is incompetent, and we know the final outcome. So the whole Matt Rhule era has just been, misstep and blunder one after the other. It just doesn't really make sense to me. But I think we know where this one is going, and I don't understand why you're wasting time and reps in a make or break season for Baker Mayfield and for Matt Rhule. If they don't make the playoffs again, they're probably going to move on. And Baker Mayfield is in the last year of his deal with no teams who wanted to trade for him at a high salary, but a cheap salary for a good quarterback, right? So that shows how he's viewed in the league. So, um, I just think that when you commit to someone, you should commit all the way. Half stepping, more is lost and indecision than the wrong decision. So, uh, it says D. Thomas died of a seizure disorder complications. I don't really want to get too much in that. Just rest in peace. From all accounts, he was a really good guy. Uh, really good guy. He was always, willing to sign autographs, go to players' charity events. I think that's a big thing with players is all of them have their charities that they support. And are you the teammate that comes out to support? The event will be bigger if we have the whole team there. I don't think that people understand how fractured locker rooms are, especially NFL locker rooms. Shout out to my man Obi. He's doing some work with a couple of Raiders players, and you think if you get one Raiders player, you get them all, but it doesn't really work like that because guys are in their factions in their camps. And again, charity work, business work, you know, it matters to teammates who comes out and who doesn't. And for example, DT was someone who came out for everybody. That's the consensus. Like Russell Westbrook is someone that comes out for everybody. That's a way to ingratiate yourself with teammates. Some people don't care, but he was from all accounts, a good guy. So, uh, John Gruden agent decries a hit job. I apologize for my allergies. Um, I mean, he was assassinated by email. I mean, he should have been assassinated, fucking racist. But John Gruden is just disappointing, man. I love John Gruden, and just to find out that he was this type of dude is unfortunate. But he does have a case to say, I still don't understand why this happened. Like this is came and gone because out of sight, out of mind. But why did they release the emails when they did? They had been sitting on them for years, and they released them, and they did, and they just micro targeted John Gruden. What did he do? You know, because if it was commissioner being angry at them, as soon as commissioner gets them, he should have released them, right? Why did you wait? Why then? I this is like his assassination is just They killed them all. First, it was the rubber lips tires, Goodyear tires for D. Smith, and he kind of fought that back. With a lot of these issues, you just go find your friend, in the aggrieved category and say, hey, he's my friend. But then it came out that he was using the gay slur against the commissioner of all people. And commissioner knew about this and he still didn't get him out the paint. So just all around interesting. Today's the Hall of Fame. I'll be surprised. I'm not going to watch a second of it, but congratulations to all the Hall of Famers. Tony Baselli. I remember Tony Baselli being the first pick of the Titans in the expansion draft, but him never being able to play, his body breaking down. That's all I remember of Tony Baselli. He was on those great Jaguars teams. Those teams are legendary. So many people talk about those 96 Brunell, Keenan McCardell, Jimmy Smith Jaguar teams. But that they had just tremendous talent. But that's really it. More Deshaun Watson nonsense. I mean, it is what it is. Mitchell Trubisky, the number one QB. Them going after Mitchell Trubisky so early in the process and then anointing him the starter. If Kenny Pickett can't beat out Mitchell Trubisky, then you have an issue. You have a problem and you have an issue. Yeah, as Floyd Mayweather says. So that, I don't know if it's interesting. I mean, it's interesting that Mike Tomlin's been able to keep the Steelers afloat with the corpse of Ben Roethlisberger. Ben Roethlisberger complaining, felt like he was forced out. He still wants to play. Oh my God, that guy is delusional. But again, if Kenny Pickett can't beat out Money Making Mitch, then you have an issue. So, because the thing about it is he's a first round pick, and it's very, very rare that a team gives up on a first round pick after 1 year. The last time I remember is Josh Rosen, and before that, I can't remember of a case. That was so odd for them to do it. And, the Steelers are a very conservative franchise, so they're going to give him as many chances as possible. And hey, it might be a thing where the guy's a slow learner, but he's 23 years old. He's not a young quarterback. He's played a lot of football. So he should be ready to rock, and he's not this athletic tools guy like a Trey Lance where you have to say, oh, he has all these tools and he's athletic and he's young. And when he puts it together, this guy does not have the biggest arm, small hands, notably, fifth-year starter. Like, he should be ready to rock. Mitchell Trubisky should not beat him out. The Steelers should be very, very concerned if this is what happens. If you're a fan, you have to be concerned. This should not happen. So, all right, I'm going to go ahead and leave it there. The game is a game.
All right, thank you for watching this clip. Do me a favor. Push the button. Hit subscribe. Come on, man. Push it.
Call everybody up.
Push the goddamn button.
Push the goddamn button.
You heard what she said.
Man, do what's right. You heard her. Push the button. The game is a game.
So what's up, man? What's up with you otherwise, The game is a game. Always.